All right, welcome. Hope everyone's doing well out there. What are we on? We're on, I guess you could say, moving into 3 weeks of quarantine. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, this has been fun, and this is what I'm going to be talking about today, which is what you do to spark creativity to create while you're on lockdown. I mean, it's difficult. Uh, so, you know, for myself, I'm here in a little studio apartment here in Hollywood on the boulevard. So I'm trying to entertain myself. I'm trying to keep up my regular schedule and routines to stay productive because I don't want my mind wandering because that's going to get me in a lot of trouble. So let me straighten out some of these things I got going on here. That should help out. I think I'm getting this rig set up. Every day that I do this, I tend to look back and see how the shot was, and I'm not happy. But I'm slowly getting there, guys. And I appreciate you all. Joining me. But I'm getting there. It's me and my co-host, Animal. So, yeah, if you want to know how I'm doing, well, let's state the obvious. I have started a weekday daily talk show with Animal to talk to you guys. So, yeah, I'm doing quite well. nothing to see here. Complete sanity. But it's important to have a sense of humor. It's important to stay focused. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is sparking creativity during this time, because with the routine, with the invisible fear that we're all feeling, it can crush some of that. And so I wanted to talk about that today. But I wanted to lead in by mentioning some of the things that I'm starting to miss. And I would like to hear from you guys. What are you missing socially? What are the things, the little things that when and if, we'll say when we get back to normal, that you're looking forward to seeing again? So for myself, if anyone can't figure it out or hasn't listened to the podcast, you would know that I am a musician. I play in rock bands here in Hollywood, as well as co-host and founder of the Art of Charm. That's just part of my personality. It's what I like to do. It's my thing. I love music. And not only do I like playing music, that's a big part of my life. Also, I love going to see music on a regular basis. And because I live in Hollywood, I am surrounded and have been ingrained with the Hollywood rock and roll scene for a very long time. I go to a lot of shows. I have a lot of friends who perform. So regardless if it's me performing on a Friday night, it's going to be friends as well that I'm going to go see. And there's a camaraderie in going to the club to see your friends play. And a lot of it is because, there's the reality of that situation when it comes to art, especially when it comes to music, is there really isn't money to be made. If you're getting into starting a band with your friends to make money, there's easier ways to go about making money. But you do it for the art, for the creation, for the camaraderie that is built by rehearsing every week, moving your gear to the show, waiting for your friends to arrive, promoting it, working with the club to set up an evening so that you and your friends can play. And there is a tremendous effort involved in all that. And And because of all that effort, and because people who are involved in music tend to forego the money aspect of it for the satisfaction of performing, for the art of it. You do it because there is an internal push that compels you to create and to do that very thing. And, you know, that is incredibly, it's an emotionally bonding experience. And to be able to create, it's one thing to go into a rehearsal room and jam out with your friends. That's one thing. And that takes dedication, diplomacy, an empathy and an understanding and a listening to each part and playing off of that and creating out of that. That's huge. That's one thing. It's a completely other thing to take that task and take it to a club, take it to the corner bar and lug all your stuff there and set it all up knowing that some of the patrons are not going to dig it and to do that in front of other people, that's a whole nother level. And then regardless, like anything in creation, there's going to be people who don't dig what you do, right? Like I'm coming on you from multiple social media platforms that I create content on. And I got grief this morning by somebody who was upset about a tweet that I had sent out. You're just going to have that. You have to also be able to detach from that because the compulsion to create is greater than any criticism that you could ever receive. The payoff, the therapy and the cathartic nature of being able to create and express yourself and put it out there is greater than somebody giving you some grief on that. So when it comes to what I'm missing the most, it is playing rock and roll with my friends at the corner bar downtown on Friday, Saturday night here in Los Angeles. But aside of that, it's also going out to see my friends perform, supporting them, getting involved and being there for them when they decide to unleash that creativity. And that's what I miss most. So what I would love to hear what you guys miss most, right? Let me know what social things, what everyday things from the last 3 weeks are you starting to really miss and will have a new appreciation for when this is all over. I would love to hear what that is. Paul, Johnny, my man, how are you? I'm good. Me and Animal are hanging out. He's my co-host. So yeah, no insanity going on here. Just doing my everyday television show for you guys. Now, man, you need a beard. That's great. I do have a mole that I nicked with a razor today. All right, so that's one part. The thing that I miss most, that's what I miss most at the moment socially. That's what I'm going to have a greater appreciation for when we come back. And I've always had an appreciation for that. It's even at 46 years old, I still love going to see like young bands and what the kids are doing. So write in the comments. I want to hear what you guys are going to have much more of appreciation for. Maybe it's the simple act of going out to a restaurant. Maybe it is just going for a walk and seeing lots of people. We're getting to a point where 3 weeks of isolation is certainly giving us a new perspective. And we got 4 more, at least. That is what is dictated. So that's where we are. Thank you very much, James. I appreciate that. I'm trying to do my best here. Me and Animal are chilling, enjoying a glass of bourbon with the boys enjoying late night chats about theories on life. Well, Paul, you can still do those things, but yes, hanging out in the same vicinity, in the same room, yeah. But guess what? I'll have a glass of bourbon with you, Paul. We'll chat about life. It'll be on Zoom. Maybe we'll even stream it live and people can join in, but we can do that. We can have that chat. It's one of my favorite things to do. That's why Animal and I decided to kick this off and do this with you. Now, so that was the one thing I wanted to talk about. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you want to join me or have questions, post them in the chats. I will get to them in a bit. The other thing that I want to get to today is what you can do to create and cultivate creativity. Right on, Paul. To create, you got my word. Create and cultivate creativity while you're cooped up. So, let me see. I jotted some notes down yesterday, and I don't know if I'm able to pull them up. But regardless, outside of that, we could go through them. So, number one, you got to get the good chemicals rolling. So, and I can tell you guys, I don't just wake up and turn this stuff on. I need to get my brain working. I need to hear about what's going on in today. I need to get inspired. And so for me, it is working out. Are you a pua? A pua? I don't even know what that is. So I don't even know. For myself, creativity is always going to be about getting moving first and foremost. I need to get the good chemicals firing. That fires me up, and it gives me at least an opportunity to think a bit. So that's number one. Number two, and this is Paul who's listening, who's watching. Paul, I've talked to Paul about this. Number two, you got to be writing on a daily basis. You have to find some way to engage in being creative. And let me give you an example of this. And one, it's easy. I never thought that I would be somebody who would enjoy Twitter. And I always thought that the people who were successful at Twitter, who had tweets that would go viral, that got passed around, I thought of those people as witty writers. And I can tell you that a lot of the guys that I know on Twitter, I know a lot of guys who are on Twitter who I've talked to about this never thought of themselves as a writer either, or thought of themselves as witty, as somebody who would do well on that format. And I can tell you, as somebody who thought that way, you don't need to be a witty writer. Twitter, as its simplest form, helps you learn how to write, and it helps you also distill truths and distill them down into values where people feel good about sharing your work. Twitter, in all its simplicity, actually helps you learn a skill, writing copy, that emotionally engages with people. And so by spending an hour a day messing with Twitter, it will help spark creativity. What's Paul say? Referring to pickup artists. No. So it helps create that. It helps spark that creativity. It helps you get inspired by seeing what other people are writing, and it hones that skill. Once you start engaging in that activity, you'll start to look at the world through that lens of that activity. What do I mean by that? Well, I can tell you, when I started with Twitter and I started working with it every day, I started viewing the world through that lens of 240 characters. It's interesting how that works. And for those of you who are watching this and thinking, oh, I'm not a writer, I'm not witty like that. you would be surprised once you start engaging in that format. And that's just how that works. Instagram, and some of you guys are watching from there, it is no different than that. So there you go. Those are two. Exercise, get the good chemicals flying. Then engage in writing. Start finding a way to just get your thoughts out, to express yourself in a meaningful way. Number 3, find things to be inspired by. Look for greatness in any medium, whether that's art, like painting, whether that's music, whether that's sculpture, architecture, and then visit those things alone. Visit them with nothing between you and your emotions, being in front of greatness. You would be surprised of what conjures up emotionally in you, which will inspire you to want to create, to want to reach out to something that is beyond your grasp. Once you have your sights on something, you can begin to do the work to strive for it. And through that, a lot of emotion is going to come to your conscious level. It is from there that you have been inspired by greatness. And then begin to create, begin to write about that experience. You will have unlocked chambers in your mind, to use a David Goggins phrase. You will have unlocked chambers in your mind that will allow you to tap into your inner creativity. Another one, tip number 4, is try to find and surround yourself with productive people. They will inspire you to be more productive. Think about the people that you have right now, that you're involved with, the people that you consider friends. Can you create in front of these people? Could you draw, paint, write, and give it to them? Give it to them as a group and not be nervous about what they are going to say about it? Or would you be excited to show them what you've created? Would you be excited to put yourself out there? That is a very easy way to know whether or not the people that you have involved in your life are pushing you forward or holding you back. That's the easiest test in the world. Write some tweets and ask them to look at them. Create some Instagram memes and pictures and ask to show that to them. It doesn't mean that you have to show them the first thing you create. Allow yourself to learn about the platform and the art itself. And then when you're feeling good, when you're excited to show somebody, think about showing it to them. Would you not do that? Or would you be excited to do it? If you would be excited to do it, that would mean that the people that you have in your life inspire you to create, inspire you to go after things that you've always wanted. They inspire you to express yourself. If you can't, then the people that are involved in your life are holding you back. And I've said this on the podcast every chance that I get. As somebody who is, I now consider myself an elder statesman at 46. If you have not surrounded yourself by people who are pushing you forward, then it is difficult, maybe even impossible, for you to truly reach your full potential, because you will never been pushed in that direction. You will be held back. Is it possible that you could reach that full potential despite of your surroundings? Yes, You could rise above it, but it is going to take the people around you who are going to lift you up every time you failed to get closer to that goal. So there you go. There's a very easy test in how you will do that. And then lastly, and this is what I was talking about, when to reach to something unworldly, you have to create your own North Star. You have to think of something that you want to achieve that is, I say unworldly because it's unachievable. It is something that you strive for, that is incredibly difficult to reach. Well, even impossible, because it pushes you outside of your comfort zones. All of the good creation is going to come from you pushing yourself outside of the confines that you continually live in. In order to do that, you have to strive for things that are outside of your reality. Could those ideas that are outside of your reality become your reality? Absolutely. But that's not the point. The point is that whatever that North Star is, that you're able to, in order to achieve it and to go after it, you have to move outside your comfort zone. So there's my 5 points. 5 points on how to cultivate creativity in quarantine. All right. So with that, I also want to mention, I will always shill for the Art of Charm because that's my company. Check out our communication accelerator, all the skills that you need to communicate better, to deepen the connections with those who are around you, and build the relationships for life you've always wanted. You can check that out on our website, check it out on our Twitter. It's the Communication Accelerator, and there is not a better time right now than to learn these skills and try them out with friends and family while you're in quarantine and deepen the relationships you already have. Now, with that, can you make a summary? Oh, the creativity? Yes, I will try to do that. Number 1, get your juices flowing. You got to get the good chemicals moving, and you can only do that by moving your body, working out. Number 2, it was to write or create daily, whatever medium platform you want. Get writing, get playing guitar, get painting. Whatever you got to do, you must do it on a daily basis. Look for greatness. Find things to be inspired by. Look for stuff that inspires you and put yourself in its presence by yourself so that your emotions come to your conscious and you can feel that. Number 4, find the North Star. Find something that you can strive for that pushes you outside your comfort zone. And number 5, surround yourself with productive people who are going to push you to do your best rather than hold you back. Boom, there's my summary. All right, so now I just want to check Insta, see if any questions, see what you guys have to say. Boom, boom. Thank you very much. There, here we go. Lisa, so good. I heard once the true artists don't wait for approval before creating their next thing. They just keep consistently creating. Yes, awesome. I agree 100%, Lisa. You're the best. You're so rad. And Lisa, you inspire me. When I wake up in the morning and I see your Instagram and you're getting after it, guess what? I get after it. All right. So, here's another one, Lisa. You know, there's a social bonding among band and vocalists when you're jamming live. Oh, that's right. You're a singer. I've seen your stuff. Somebody said he's fine. Is that to me? Right on. I miss restaurants the most. Yes. Going out and and just being in a social environment and eating. I mean, that's one of the best. I miss my band too. I know, Lisa. I hear you. It's awful. You know, it's one of the things that I appreciate so much. You've got any tricks for stopping yourself from eating too much? I've been finding snacking too much. Get rid of the snacks. That is how you quit snacking. Get rid of the snacks. You can get rid of them by eating them, and then they're gone, and then you never have to deal with them again. So that's what I got for you. I got family in Huntsville. Cousin works at NASA. Right on. What was up with that, Paul? Why was you telling me? Was there something I missed? Tell us about your socks. I got these on today. All right. What else we got? Pass me a cup, homie. Right on. Wrong text. Got you. It's my boy Johnny. Who else has anything to say? All right, guys. That was awesome. I will be here tomorrow. I'm telling you guys, this is becoming more fun. I appreciate every one of you guys who tune in. Animal appreciates it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.